Anywhere near out.
Well, we alluded to it earlier, the fact that this man has really come out firing on all cylinders. And he's playing so well, and he's so determined. Rafter knows, if he didn't know it before, he certainly knows now that he's really in a battle.
And those forehands must be daggers through the heart now, so far as Rafter's concerned. He's been passed and passed and passed again.
Well, you can see there on that replay that Rafter had no idea where it was going, and he waited for it to see where it went, and then he didn't move. So he's a little bit bemused out there at this stage. There's the score. 7-6 to Rafter, 7-6 to Berasategui, 6-2 to Berasategui, 1-1, Newcomb on the right, Roach on the left. They're sitting together now.
Yes, I was thinking that too. Maybe they feel in need of mutual support.
I think he does.
Yeah. Of course, he did come from 2-1 down to beat Todd Martin in the last round, and Rafter's 5-set career record is magnificent. He's won his last 7 5-set matches.
It's a good effort.
That's beautiful.
Well, it shows you, you know, to have that record, you need a couple of things, one of which is luck, but excluding that momentarily as we see that last little shot, he needs fitness and he needs good temperament.
In his overall record in 5-set matches, he's played 10 and won 8. The last time he lost a 5-setter was that thriller with Sergio Bruguera at Wimbledon in '94, 13-11 in the 5th, when the poor guy got cramp and could hardly move in the last 2 games. It was a net. Of course, ironically, if he got cramp today, he'd be able to get treatment. In those days, you couldn't. So we're on serve in the 4th. And I think probably a lot of people were saying, oh, do we turn up for this one? Yeah, we'll go and support Patrick. It won't take too long. We'll have a bit of fun watching the mixed doubles, maybe have a few beers or 2. Worried faces all around now. The confident smiles that greeted Rafter when he came onto court a couple of hours back have disappeared.
Certainly the Australians would love for Rafter to win this tournament by beginning to win this match. See all the ball boys and ball girls behind there. They're not working at the moment, so they're entitled to sit down low and watch the proceedings, and that's a good experience for them. And the Lions people, you know, they're not people that you just get off the street for the 2 weeks. They're people that have worked very, very hard for 52 weeks in a year. They don't work the entire 52 weeks, but they put in a lot of work, and the very best are selected. So it's a very professional job right now.
And they'll be caught up in the atmosphere. Certainly the line judges, the vast majority of them are Australians, and although they'll be maintaining a strict neutrality in their heart of hearts, they'll be thinking, come on, Pat, you can do it. I can always remember umpiring a very close match, John Lloyd and Phil Dent at Wimbledon, which went 5 sets. You know, you really do struggle to maintain your impartiality. So I was thinking, am I putting more emphasis on every time I say game to Lloyd than game to Dent? You're trying desperately to be fair.
Which just goes to show that, contrary to what some people may think, umpires and linesmen are human. I had to get that one in. Again, struggling with the slice. If you can catch him wrong-footed and he has to play the slice, it will certainly give Rafter a little bit of an edge.
My word. It's a good job he didn't try and hit that one. He'd have broken his back. It was so far over to his left.
Oh, that's well played, Rafter. That was a good chip and charge.
And it's given the second seed break point.
Too good. Got jammed on the serve. He's just expressing himself a little bit in this match. And it's all to do with the frustrations. I'm sure he felt that if he played well, he could win this in straight. And he knows better than anybody that he doesn't want to go for another 5-setter. But he's going to have to go to 5 to win the match.
Second break point. I don't believe that. That is so cruel.
Well, I thought for a moment that he'd blown his chance, and they're not too happy. They're saying, you lucky so-and-so. When he hit that tremendously wide forehand, thought about going up to the net and realised he doesn't really feel very comfortable up at the net, so he stayed back and started the rally again. And just the top spin on his forehand carried that ball over the net. Now, where's he going to serve this one? Two points ago, or on the first court, he went out to the backhand. He did that, and then Rafter played that good chip and charge, if you remember, and then the next time he served to the left court, he tried to serve a second serve out wide and served a double fault. But that was a fine second serve.
Well, if Rafter's felt uncomfortable up at the net from time to time today, poor old Berasategui's a duck out of water out there.
That wasn't a very good shot, although I must say the forehand angle was a pretty good one from Rafter. Got to get a bit of length. He knows it. The trouble is that Berasategui is hitting the ball so hard and so deep that Rafter himself is so far behind the baseline.
Rafter unable to take advantage of the break points, but Berasategui at the end of this match might just go up to that net and kiss it, because that could be huge.
Yes, so often, even in a 5-set match, one shot, 1 point can make the difference, and we don't know, of course, if that's going to make a difference, but it may very well have made one. 3-1 for Rafter is a lot better than 2-all, that's for sure.
It's the one shot he really hasn't been able to master, that backhand return off the kicker, trying to get over the top of that one, which is what he wants to do, but it's just a little too high for him. Rafter very indecisive there, sort of sauntering forward and caught in no man's land.
First and second serve. Thank you.
That's vintage Rafter. Superb athleticism. And the Aussie flags are still flying. There's still hope here, but it's still a mammoth battle. Berasategui by 2-1. Rafter by 3 games to 2 in the 4th. They're on serve. Alberto Berasategui to serve. 2-3. Full set.
Well, he could have done a lot more with that first volley, but it was a superb lob.
Yes, what had happened there was that the line judge put hands over eyes to indicate unsighted by Berasategui, and George Diaz making the call himself, and absolutely convinced that was a correct call. Yeah, that's out.
Well, thus far, I'm very impressed with Berasategui, with his ability to keep Rafter at the baseline by hitting the ball hard and deep. That's what he had to do. He's doing it superbly well. Having said that, he's made 2 unforced errors on the forehand wing, which is his strength.
And from 30 love to 30-40, and Rafter had 2 break points in the last Berasategui service game. Maybe he just doesn't quite have the power, does he, off the ground that, say, a Sampras does in the big forehand.
That's right. He's just lacking in that power, so he can't put enough pressure on Berasategui. Berasategui's putting all the pressure on himself, or on Rafter. But having said that, he has improved his ground strokes tremendously in the last year. So as bad as they may be at the moment, you can imagine 12 months ago, that, I mean, he would have been at such a disadvantage.
Once again, Berasategui comes through a difficult service game after looking in a little bit of pain. Yeah.
I think it's his shoe. He may be getting a blister.
Yeah.
He's asking for the trainer.
Yeah. So the match, yes, of course, this being virtually the only match being left played at this time of the evening, the trainer won't have too far to come.
Trainer's got any sense at all, he'd have told all the male players to go home, and he could have been sitting out and watching this match.
My experience, Bob, players don't like being told what to do.
Have you noticed that? Too good. Read it well. Certainly had to move very quickly one way or the other.
Well, one thing for Rafter fans to cling on to at the moment is that Rafter is certainly holding serve very comfortably. Berasategui, on the other hand, is really having to work for his service games. Yeah, here comes Jürgen Dess. More treatment. And by the way he's taking that sock off, it does indeed look to be blisters. Ugh. Yeah, they might even be the toenail as well.
Maybe.
You can see the 2 previous matches that already taken their toll.
I tell you what, playing on the hard courts, you can see some ugly feet in the dressing room at times.
Yeah, so more treatment required for Patrick Rafter. Peter Bellinger just ensuring that the rules, he's the referee of course, that the rules are complied with. What happens that the trainer assesses the injury and then tells the umpire, yes, it's a blister or whatever it happens to be. And then the 3-minute injury timeout starts. Whilst all this is happening, we'll take a break and be right back for more of Berasategui and Rafter. Patrick Rafter apologising to his opponent for the delay. He's been patched up. Some more sticking plaster has been applied to the blisters. Berasategui 3-4.
Sometimes a break like that can break the concentration of either of the 2 players, or maybe even both.
Yes, Tim Henman, of course, had that long break while Jerome Golmar was treated, and then promptly lost his serve in the match the next game, although in fairness Tim said, no, it didn't break my concentration.
Well, if it didn't break his concentration, it didn't help him keep his concentration, and he didn't play a very good game.
Just long. So a love game for Berasategui. And if anybody's concentration was broken then, it seemed to be Rafter's. Magnificent stadium this, the centre court at Melbourne Park. Was the roof open today? 15,000 people crammed in, and maybe 14,990 of them hoping that this man can still turn it around.
And there is a big square outside called the Melbourne Park Garden Square, and there's a big screen outside, just like they have at Wimbledon, and this match is being shown live outside there, so a lot of people are watching this at home, overseas, wherever.
And 2 hours and 31 minutes they've been going now, and it's been compelling. Then every match involving Rafter this week has been. Didn't move very well then, did he?
No, he didn't. You have to say to yourself, well, he got himself in the right position and didn't move. I don't know if it's the blister or if he's just not reading the shots, and I've got a feeling it's more of the latter than the former. Well, there's no reading that one. I mean, you had to read it, otherwise you were never going to catch up to it. What a beautiful backhand. It wasn't a bad backhand volley from Rafter. There's a lot of pressure on Rafter now. Goodness. 15:30. Oh dear.
And even more pressure now because Berasategui has his first break points of the set. Newcombe and Roach can hardly watch because they know Berasategui, if he breaks here, will be serving for the match. A lot of people have gone very quiet. Maybe it's a good job it was a net.
Yes, I'm not sure I'd try it out wide again.
Second serve, 15:40. Oh, it's a double. The double fault from Patrick Rafter, and Berasategui on the verge of a huge upset. Because frankly, I think most of us thought, well, that's a shoe-in for Rafter. We thought, well, maybe he might be a little bit tired, but particularly when Rafter went a set and a break up, I don't think any of us expected this scoreline.
Well, I certainly didn't. I thought that if Rafter played well, he would just have too many guns for Berasategui. Unless Berasategui could come out and just keep Rafter at the baseline, then Rafter would have to work hard, but Rafter would still win. You know, straight sets, 4 sets at the very worst. I'm a little bit disappointed in Patrick's play tonight. He hasn't played as well as I've seen him, but I think a lot of that is you have to give credit to Berasategui. I think Berasategui has impressed a lot of people, myself included. He's played well. He's tactically played very, very well. And he knows that he's just got to get out there and play a good, strong service game. The match is his. But at the same time, Rafter may have to take a chance or two in this game.
Well, the Aussies certainly aren't going to give up on their man. Huge roars. But does Rafter have anything left to give in return?
Thank you.
I don't think there's one person cheering for Berasategui right now.
Well, his coach.
Very lonely out on the centre court in foreign territory. Oh, what a beginning. Doesn't make you feel very good to start the game off with a double, and then when everybody gives you a standing ovation, it makes you feel even worse.
Oh, that's brilliant. Cometh the hour, cometh the man.
Well, I certainly thought he had one or two opportunities to go up to the net, and he just waited and waited until eventually he did get that opportunity to go up, and it was an exceedingly difficult volley he had to make. He made it well.
Would you believe it? 3 break-back points for Rafter.
Thank you.
Just long.
Tough one to handle. Still has 2 more break point opportunities if he needs the 2 of them. Well, he's lost 2 break opportunities. He still has 1, and maybe Rafter would like to get involved in a rally and then have Berasategui break a string in the middle of it.
Yeah, understands their emotions, but we don't need first serve faults applauded. Can you believe it? A double fault, 2 forehand errors, and 1 great point for Rafter. And they're going as wild as if he'd won the match.
Aussies can breathe again. Amazing scenes.
5-all in the fourth.
Would appear that the crowd have really gotten to Berasategui. You know, the situation, of course, doesn't help, but the vocal support that Rafter is getting.
Yes, it's loud, it's raucous, but it's fair. I mean, they're not trying to call out as Berasategui's about to play a shot or anything like that. Compared with one or two Davis Cup crowds and one or two countries in South America, for example. That's wide. And even then, yes, there was a big ooh, but that was because of the net cord. It wasn't to put Berasategui off.
No, they're very involved in the match, and quite frankly, there's nothing wrong with that at all. And even as a player, I quite liked it. But sitting up here in the commentary booth, I like it even more because it's good for the game. I mean, how often have you been to tennis matches where the crowd have gotten involved and they've made a noise because it's a great rally, and at the end the umpire said, please refrain from making a noise during the rally? I think that's wrong.
Yeah. Well, Rafter was on the brink of defeat just a few moments ago. He was 4-5 down, now he's 6-5 up in the fourth, and maybe he'll make it to another fifth set.